turn around once and we'll do the Eagle Rock.
Now, in 1971, 71 was the year that Eagle Rock came out, and I have an interest in that because I was born in 1971.
Yeah.
Tell me what was going on around that time and the motivation for Eagle Rock.
Well, I was just really starting to get a bit of head of steam up in the music business. I'd quit my job that I had with the public service, and I went overseas on the invitation of another band. Mm-hmm. And I was in London, and we were playing some of the groovy clubs like the Marquee and all of that. And I saw an article in the paper about blues music, and it had a very evocative picture of some sort of black people dancing in a juke joint.
Yeah.
And it said they were cutting the pigeon wing and doing the Eagle Rock.
Right.
And I went, oh, this riff that I've got, you know, that I'm sort of trying to emulate some old bluesy kind of stuff, that resonated with me, and I said, I think I'll call this Eagle Rock. And I took it from there, and when I got back to Australia a few months later, I picked up the guitar again and I wrote the chorus. So it was written in 2 countries, you know.
Wow.
So truly international song.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And eventually, it didn't take very long, I formed the group Daddy Cool a few months later, and we were pretty much an overnight sensation in Melbourne, and we got signed up to a record label, put out Eagle Rock. It went national hit. Next thing we know, we're in America, and it's getting released all around the world. So
wow.
That was quite an interesting process. I wish that would happen all the time with every song I write.
Yeah, yeah. Now, talking about blues
Yeah.
and Greeks, right?
Yeah.
And we'll bring that connection in. But
Well,
you know, Ross Wilson, that deep, deep, deep down, we're all Greeks.
You listen to Rebetica.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
right.
Talking about blues, Rebetica.
This is the very first time I went to Greece.
Now I heard that you hitchhiked from Athens to Salonika.
I did.
And along the way, you listened to a lot of Rebetica, which was
See,
inspiration.
people are
for
still talking about it in
Absolutely,
Greece,
we are still talking about it.
Yeah. Well, the greatest thing we were hitchhiking, and they had these crazy old cassette machines with cassettes that were about that big. They go plonk on top of the thing,
Yeah.
and I'm hearing this amazing music, you know, kind of going, that's like the blues, I'm
Yeah.
thinking. It wasn't till a few years later I found out that it was actually the Greek form of the blues.
Yep.
And it was fascinating. I was loving it. Every time we get into another car, there'd be like a different kind of music playing, and you
Yeah.
could hear even from region to region the different styles.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was quite an educational trip for me musically as well.
Yeah. Wow, and so early on
Yeah.
in your career and life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So now you've married a lovely girl in Tanya. She's
Yeah.
Greek. You have 3 lovely children.
Yeah.
2 of them have got Greek names, Athena and Dimitri.
Yeah, and also my stepdaughter Olympia.
Olympia, another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And you've got Daniel as well?
Yeah, he's the same age as you.
Same age as me. Well, there you go, you know.
Yeah. And I'm sort of a, semi-professional Greek type person because the family I'm married into run Neos Cosmos.
Right.
Yes? The best Greek newspaper in Australia. Award-winning.
Award-winning, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you've got to throw that one in. Give them a plug.
Yeah, they've had medals from the Greek government for the great job they've done.
Yeah, no, they do a good job
Yeah.
in Melbourne, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, have you got a good, we call pethera? Do you know what pethera means?
No.
Okay, mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law
Yes.
is a very talented artist.
Right.
Dora Kitinis.
Dora Kitinis.
Yes,
Okay.
and now a novelist as well, but
Wow.
under a pen name. She wrote a semi-erotic novel about having a holiday on the Greek islands. So check
right.
that one out.
Back in the I'm sure there's a lot of erotic things that have
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
on many of the
You can get
Greek
it.
islands.
Yeah, you can get it online. Yeah. So very talented people. She's a fabulous cook as well, and puts vegetarian Greek recipes. And she's putting a book together, but a lot of the recipes turn up in Neos Cosmos. So
Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
So how do you go with the Greek food? What's your favourite?
Well, the one I can say, I don't know. I know very few Greek words. I mean, it gets spoken around me, but I've got a terrible ear for that. My favourite word is fasolakia.
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 Do you know what fasolakia are?
Green beans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, you know that there's a few different types of Greek foods that starts with F. Fasolakia,
Yeah.
fasolada, which are baked
Oh,
beans,
Yeah.
and fakes, which is lentil soup.
I like all those.
I'm sure you do. We Greeks do cooking well, that's for sure.
Yeah. Gigantes.
Gigantes.
Yes.
Right.
I like anything to do with beans.
Oh, you're into all of it.
Beans, lentils, you name it.
Yeah. Now tell me, Tanya and the whole family, what part of Greece are they from?
They're from Chios, mainly.
Chios.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where the Gogos family ended up. They were originally in what was called Asia Minor, and they were part of that refugee thing that happened back then.
Yes.
It seems to be, it's like a repetition now, isn't it?
Yep.
But a lot of the refugees now are landing on Chios, so they have a lot of empathy with what's going on there, and they eventually made their way to Australia.
Yep.
And started the Greek newspaper.
Lovely.
Right, yeah.
Lovely.
But my father-in-law, Demetrius Gogos, he after the war, I've learned so much about Greece and what actually happened. A lot of stuff were kind of buried under the mat in international relations. But he basically had to leave Greece because they were going to lock him up after the war. They were rounding up the partisans and all that kind of stuff. So he had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Our gain.
Yes, absolutely. Well, your gain too.
Yeah, my gain.
Yeah, and our gain in so many ways. And so many Greeks over that time did make their way to Australia, in particular Melbourne. And here we are interviewing you in probably the heart of Greek Melbourne, here in Oakley, the Caravan.
This is it.
This is it, the Caravan Club.
It's the heartland for sure.
That's right.
Everybody speaks Greek just around the corner.
That's right.
You're in the market there, yeah.
Well, I reckon you'd go well down there because, I mean, I was reading that you had once said that you actually feel that you're more Greek than anything else.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why I'm longing to go back to Greece because my family's got a very nice pad in Athens, in Syri.
Syri, okay.
It's with a view of the Acropolis, Parthenon. You just sit in that room and look out the picture window, and it's there day and night.
Wow, we might have
beautiful.
We might have to come along.
Yeah.
Hey?
Well, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, we can have some fasolaki together.
Have some fasolaki.
Well, lovely. Thanks very much for appearing on GRTV. There's so many Australians, Greeks. There's so many generations that have really enjoyed your music, in particular Eagle Rock, and all the other many hits that you've had. And you haven't stopped performing.
No, I'm still going strong.
Yeah.
I'm about to do about 8 or 10 a day on the greens, a day on the green with John Farnham headlining, who's a friend of mine who's recorded some of my songs along the way, Touch of Paradise and various other ones. And I'll be playing with my band, Ross Wilson and the Peaceniks, and a day on the green all around Australia.
There you go. Tickets on sale.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, thanks very much for appearing. Look forward to maybe catching up again at some stage in the future. Thanks, Ross. Good on you. Well, that was GRTV. There was a special interview with Ross Wilson. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, I'm Ziggy. Yassas.